What if dementia was due to calcareous? This video will suggest a theory that is still in the process of being tested in the scientific field. The main elements are all present, identified and quantified. We are currently lacking partners who will analyze the potential. Consciousness and dementia unmasked. Every theory is based on a mix of insight and logic. Every new research is filled with doubts and fears. We are multiple individuals interacting with each other, sharing opinions and goals. We can ask ourselves what and who we are. Genesis. Birth of an organ called brain, made of billions of neurons and synapses. Chaos. A supposed perfect mix of connections results in insight and chemical connections. While confusion, uncertainty, and the sense of emptiness are present in dementia and its defective chaotic impulse. The soul and the emotions wander in distant memories, and we return children in an aged body. Time can be measured in multiple ways: observing, centuries, years, months, and an instant. So, researching etiopathogenesis in dementia. 55 million people live with dementia worldwide, and there are nearly 10 million new cases every year. Dementia results from a variety of diseases and injuries that primarily or secondarily affect the brain. It is the seventh leading cause of death among all diseases, and one of the major causes of disability and dependency among older people globally. What do we know about dementia? In this digital depiction, we can look at the senile plaque and its neurofibrillary tangle. These elements are responsible for the neuron's death. However, these logical tests depicted in the video reconstruction confirm the presence of both tau and beta amyloid proteins. Other diagnostic techniques show hypoperfusion, the expansion of ventricles, and the pathological hypertrophy of the brain. Hence and postulates into the complexity of electrophysiology and impulses. The protagonist is the membrane's calcium channel, which is crucial for transmitting the impulse. Multiple researchers have shown its structure and function. A malfunction of the calcium channels can lead to various diseases. According to Prof. Berridge Michael and other Chinese researchers, calcium channels may be involved in the pathology of dementia. In this hypothesis, another element must be taken into account, which will be found in the interstitial fluid, a narrow, crowded, and watery space. Between two cells we can find the bazaar of life. The substance that can be found both in an intra and extracellular space is the bicarbonate. It is important for the homeostasis of cellular life. The physiological dosage of bicarbonate in the various compartments is known, and bibliography about it is vast. It is quantifiable even in a hemogas analysis. The key of this theory is the simple interaction between water, calcium, and bicarbonate. We know that this chemical reaction in these specific circumstances generates calcar on a visible level. Could its presence be the cause of dementia? The video goes on with similarities and possibilities. Thanks to modern technology, calcifications are part of a visible macro reality. We see them in blood vessels, in the mammary gland, and in the brain tissue affected by deferred disease. Thanks to the video reconstruction, we can observe an unexplored area at a microscopic level. This is the interstitial space and calcium channels of the external membrane. Supposing an environment of chemical stress, when the impulse arrives and causes the opening of the calcium channels, calcium ions could interact with the products of the bicarbonate splitting. This process could generate calcar. Now we will go on with a series of hypothetical scenarios, which are made of thoughts and imagination. An ultramicroscopic stone obstructing the channel could alter phospholipids at nearby sites. It could also interfere with the folding of APP. If this theory proves to be correct, these repeating sequences will produce the same result every time. The beta-amyloid proteins will aggregate, causing the impulse to stop. Hence, the neuron will deactivate, dissolving the neurotransmitting vesicles. And like a domino effect, the neurons adjacent will deactivate too. An inactive axon leads the tau proteins of the microtubulus to separate, creating neurofibrillary tangles and to cellular death. Therefore, the layers, grooves, and the consistency of the cerebral cortex will start to reduce. The liquid of the cortex will be gathered in ventricles, expanding them, causing more neurological damage. The walking and the short-term memory will become constantly less efficient. An important hypertrophy will lead to loss of autonomy. Every cellular flaw will activate the repair mechanisms. The inflammatory response should be the cure, and some research confirm that, but the chemistry of inflammation is a double-edged sword. The calcar is an inorganic mineral, and, in our physiology, the production of a solvent is not included. This can be seen in the macrocalcification. Hence, the cure going forward will create an extra source of vascular damage. Conclusion and prevention. A rock is not made from a single molecule, but that single molecule is still a starting point. A few calcified channels may seem harmless, but it could be the beginning of a domino effect. The environment described uses both likely scenarios and certified data, such as the presence of bicarbonate, calcium ions, and electrophysiology. In the second-line cycle, there could be some useful information which needs to be quantified. Stress is equal to work. Work is equal to the usage of energy, which in turn increases the quantity of waste products. This will overcharge cells and the interstitial. Therefore, consciousness, dementia, and calcar.